So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. And by the title, we're gonna get into it. Tonight we're talking about the dark, messy, and honestly really disappointing history behind the brand Lululemon. You know, the luxury leggings, the yoga pants, the so-called athleisure queens of the fitness world. But the deeper you look, the more you realize Lululemon was never made for us. Black women especially have been used for trends but left out of the culture, and the company's history is messy with racism, elitism, body shaming, and more. And by the way, y'all, I was just sick, so you can probably hear it in my voice, just letting y'all know. Now also, there is a new and up-and-coming female rapper named Pluto, and she has a viral song called Whim Whammy. In her song, she makes a specific reference to the brand by saying, "He want me bad, heard he a duck, can't get no coochie out the queen, put some Lulu on this butt. That Lululemon." Personally, I'm all for a good ratchet anthem every once in a while. I like some of Glorilla's music. She has good bars, even though it can be very raunchy. And Sexy Red even has a few good songs that I see why people like it. It's catchy, but I can't get around her subject matter. But not even on no hater stuff, I'm cool on Whim Whammy. I just don't think it's that good of a tune for me. It doesn't hit for me. But y'all know I'm allegedly bitter when I have an opinion. But the younger Gen Z likes it and she's blowing up. So the irony of her mentioning that line in her song is that it further promotes the brand and has caused this line to become a soundbite on TikTok as Black women sport their Lululemon sets and more, all while this brand actually doesn't really care for Black women being consumers of their products. This isn't new. Oftentimes, Black women will directly promote things that directly tell us that they don't want us in their space, but won't do the same for Black-owned brands. And it's not like it's an obligation to do that, but when someone or something tells you that you're unwelcome or unappreciated, believe it. Lululemon has an interesting and controversial brand history and strategy, and y'all should grab a snack, get comfy, because we're gonna unpack all of that. So I've broken this video down into 3 main talking points. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So hey guys, it is Queen Chioma. I have a huge announcement. I am incredibly honored to share that I have been selected to be a candidate in this year's Miss Diaspora Nigeria USA pageant 2025. This is such a huge deal. I've been keeping this under wraps, but I'm so happy that I can finally tell y'all. So yes, I am a candidate. This journey means a lot to me, and I would love your support as I compete for the crown. Voting is open from now until August, and every vote brings me one step closer to representing my beautiful Nigerian culture on a national stage. So here's how you can support me. Each $5 donation equals 1 vote. There is no limit, so feel free to give whatever you can. You can go to MissDiasporaNigeria.com/vote, and then make sure you scroll down and click on my name, Chioma. I will have the link pinned in all of my videos. Your support, whether it's a vote, a share, or words of encouragement, means the world to me in bringing this crown home. So thank you guys so much in advance and wish me good luck. Thank you. So first, let's start off with the man behind it all, named Chip Wilson, with his racism, elitism, and exclusion. If you've never heard of Chip Wilson, please don't feel bad. He's honestly the type of founder brands hope that you forget about. Chip founded Lululemon back in the late 90s, and from the jump, his energy just seemed to be off. This man wasn't just problematic, he was proudly problematic. In 2013, Chip went viral, not in a good way, for saying that some women's bodies just don't work for our pants.
Vancouver billionaire and Lululemon founder Chip Wilson may have inadvertently taken a piece out of his company's bottom line. For a long time now, there have been complaints about the quality of the company's popular and pricey yoga pants. Many say the material is too sheer and not as tough as it once was. But as Crystal Gamansing reports, instead of taking the blame, Wilson took a shot at the size of some women's thighs.
Energy, health, love. They're pillars of the Lululemon brand. But a new problem caused brand messaging to go off the rails.
There have always been pilling. The thing is that women will wear seat belts that don't work, or they'll wear a purse that doesn't work, or quite frankly, some women's bodies just actually don't work for it.
Chip Wilson didn't stop there. In an interview on Bloomberg TV, he got specific, highlighting the offending area.
It's, really about the rubbing through the thighs, how much pressure is there.
Many customers took the founder's comments to heart.
I'm a little bit plump, but not that plump. So, I don't think it has anything to do with the body.
I haven't had an issue, but for them to say that to women who are buying their product, they maybe need to relook at it.
Now, when he said some women, let's be real, he meant women who had hips, thighs, curves, Black women, brown women, fuller women, right? Instead of designing better leggings, he blamed customers' bodies. It's that same tired mindset of shaming women instead of adapting to reality. It's giving, you're the problem, not our bad design. It's giving thin, white, flat-stomached, or nothing. But y'all, it gets even more ridiculous. Chip literally admitted that he named the company Lululemon on purpose because he thought it would be funny to watch Japanese people struggle pronouncing the L sound. Apparently in the Japanese language, they don't really have the letter L. So I guess they pronounce it very differently. He thought that it was a joke, right? This was the founder's actual business mindset, mocking other cultures while trying to sell them overpriced leggings. Not only is that casual racism, it's strategic racism. It's building a brand off of belittling people. And then when you dig deeper into his interviews and writings, he talks openly about believing in survival of the fittest when it comes to business and society. He basically romanticized toxic individualism, basically saying poor people, overweight people, and minorities just weren't trying hard enough, that they somehow chose their circumstances. He even once said that breast cancer and birth control are responsible for the downfall of women. Like, excuse me? Am I hearing you correctly? So now women trying to protect their bodies and health are a problem too? To me, it's anti-Black, it's anti-fat, it's anti-woman, it's just anti-everything. So I'm on the Lululemon website, just out of curiosity. So I put my size and I put like the regular, and it says the inseam is 32.5 inseam intended to skim the floor for heights 5'5" to 5'8". Well, I'm 5'11". This was never gonna work for me anyway. It's wild because when you hear him talk, you realize he didn't just slip up once. His whole ideology is based in racism, sexism, and elitism. It's basically baked into Lululemon's foundation. And the thing is, this attitude seeped into Lululemon's entire culture. Their stores aren't even welcoming. Their brand is very white, very thin, very you can sit with us only if you look like us. If you've ever walked into a Lululemon store before, you might have noticed it feels kind of icy, like cold smiles, that little up and down glance they give you if you don't fit the look. Yeah, it's not just you, okay? That is actually by design. The brand built itself off of elitism. It wasn't just about selling leggings, it's about selling a lifestyle of wealth, of whiteness, and of privilege. Think mid-2000s Brandy Melville. Y'all remember that brand? Basically, Brandy Melville only carried like one size in all of their clothes, and so they made sure that if you wanted to wear their stuff, you had to be between like a size 0 and a size 4, basically a small, I believe. I know they dropped a documentary exposing everything. If y'all want me to watch it and talk about it, please let me know because I'm all for it. But as for Lululemon, even their sizing originally excluded bigger bodies. For years, they barely went above a size 10. And if you were bigger, the sales associates would push you towards the men's section or say, oh, we're just online only for people your size. And I feel like it's one thing if your brand is like avant-garde pieces or custom stuff, but leggings like athleisure, these items that are supposed to stretch, and it should not be hard to carry items for larger people that are stretchy items. And I think the irony with that is the fact that people are so quick to fat shame and tell people to lose weight, but allow them to buy the athletic wear you sell in stride with losing weight or just being physically fit. Nah, Lulu didn't want to do that either at one point. And guess who was never the face of their campaigns? Black women, curvy women, real women. It was this narrow, unrealistic standard that completely erased so many people while still wanting people's money at the end of it. Now, moving on to my second point, let's get to the real kicker, the ironic role Black women played in their success. Black women helped make athleisure culture mainstream, if you ask me. Despite all that exclusion that has happened, if you go back to the early 2010s, Rihanna stepped out in leggings, sneakers, hoodies. Serena Williams is, serving looks on and off the tennis court. Even Teyana Taylor was literally redefining sporty, sexy fashion. Black Instagram influencers, they were rocking gym sets before it was trendy. They made the entire luxury casual style pop off. Black culture took what was supposed to be workout clothes and turned it into fashion. Streetwear, running errands, brunch outfits, and yet Lululemon barely acknowledges that. They barely use Black faces in major campaigns. They never credit the style origins. When they do feature Black women now, it feels like a checkbox move, not genuine inclusion. We helped popularize the very thing they're selling, but we're still not the ones they imagine wearing it. In recent years, there's been a growing trend where Black women, especially younger millennials and Gen Z, have embraced Lululemon, right? It's become like quite a status symbol for real. Those leggings, those Align sets, like they scream luxury gym girl aesthetic, right? It's like if you pull up to a brunch in your fresh Lulu and New Balances, you're giving effortless soft life goals. Aesthetic culture is so potent that we can look at someone's outfit and align them with a certain type of perception. Crazy. But pop culture, especially music, is playing a huge role in that. Referencing this again, in her song Wham Whammy, Atlanta rapper Pluto raps, "He want me bad, heard he a duck, can't get no coochie out the queen, put some Lulu on this butt." And let's pause on that for a second. That one bar right there, that one flex, it shows exactly how mainstream Lululemon has become in Black spaces. It's no longer just suburban yoga moms, it's hot girls, it's city girls, it's Black luxury aesthetics. So in order to come get some coochie, pay for this $200 leggings and jacket set, but also without realizing it, we're pushing their brand into new heights of cultural coolness, because I feel like Black people make everything cool.
Can't get no coochie out the queen, put some Lulu on his butt. Can't get no coochie out the queen, put some Lulu on his butt. Can't get no coochie out the queen, put some Lulu on his butt.
More young Black women hear those lyrics and think, I need some Lululemon too. They save up, they spend $100 to $200 on a single pair of leggings, because it's not just about fashion, it's about belonging. It's about chasing the look, the aesthetic, the lifestyle we see being praised. But here's the gag. Lululemon still doesn't heavily feature Black women in their marketing. They still cater their aesthetic towards a thin, white, Pilates core fantasy. They want the culture, the money, the popularity, but they don't want to fully embrace the people behind it. Black women are literally the backbone of a lot of trends. We set the vibe, the nails, the fits, the slang, the music, and yet we're constantly pouring into brands that don't pour back into us. It's not just Lululemon, it's a pattern. And it hurts because deep down, a lot of us just want to be seen, valued, and respected in spaces we help build. So every time a Black girl posts a TikTok in her fresh Lulu set, running errands, they're grabbing her matcha, it's a silent love letter to a brand that isn't writing back. And that's something we really need to sit with. Now, my third and final point talks about the scandals and the hypocrisy. The nonsense doesn't stop at the things that I've already discussed. Lululemon has had multiple scandals exposing the rot inside the brand. There have been employee reports of racial discrimination in stores, Black employees being treated differently by managers, ignored for promotions, or expected to handle Black customers because they quote unquote relate more. There were also leaked emails where some employees mocked Black Lives Matter protests during the 2020 uprisings, and then they had the nerve to post generic diversity pledges talking about how they stand with the Black community, but literally no receipts, no actions, no systemic changes whatsoever. Even their yoga gear at one point had problematic slogans like resist capitalism while selling $120 leggings. Like, the hypocrisy is mind-blowing. It's clear they love selling a woke, conscious image, but don't actually care about doing the internal work. So here's where I land, y'all. Lululemon didn't accidentally become this way. It was built, well, stitched into their DNA from day one. From their founders' racism and fat phobia to their elitist branding to their surface level activism, to me, it's all intentional. And that's why I believe we have to know the ethics behind the brands we support, because companies will happily profit off our culture while erasing us at the same time. The sad part is, this isn't just a Lululemon issue. It's the way Black creativity and Black beauty gets exploited across industries without ever getting the credit. But here's the good news. There are Black-owned and person of color-owned athleisure brands that are actually for us. Brands like Actively Black, Ivy Park, and small independent labels that see us. They're making quality, stylish pieces that don't ask us to shrink ourselves to belong. Now, I do want to end this by saying, I don't think clothing brands are inherently evil. I don't think yoga pants are demonic, right? It's people. It's people's egos, their greed, their biases that corrupt what could have been good. And one brand scandal doesn't represent the whole world of athleisure or fashion. But it's always important to talk about these things, name them out loud, and choose better whenever we can. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If y'all haven't already, please check the link down below and support me on my journey to becoming Miss Diaspora Nigeria USA 2025. I appreciate all your support. You can vote for me between now and August. One vote is $5 and you can vote as much and as many times as you want. Thank you guys in advance. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and also follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Des mon père from my left side. J'ai regardé, je ne vois pas no other man. Number one, Papa, you know you're my only one. 2 times 2, buy me everything.